Did you know that radar is an acronym? Radio detection and ranging. Sonar, an acronym. Sound navigation and ranging. Laser, light amplification by simulated emission of radiation. Scuba, self-contained underwater breathing apparatus. Well, of course, it's much easier to say scuba diving rather than I'm going self-contained underwater apparatus diving. It's too much. So now we're going to move on to toponyms, which is also this word. Toponym is from Greek. Topos means place. Onyma is name. So, of course, it is a word that has become accepted in English, but yet when we trace the history, it is named after a place. Usually, it's reflecting products of that place. Let's have a look at a couple of examples. Rugby. Rugby around the world. You have rugby, World Cups and various tournaments. It is the game where people chase after that little oval ball and all that sort of thing. So it's the name of a game. But it actually traces back to William Webb Ellis, who was a pupil at a school called Rugby in Warwickshire in England. And at that stage, football was the game, and he actually kind of turned that a bit on its head, and he created supposedly this game called rugby, coming from that school. Then we look at a garment, piece of clothing, is a balaclava, which is the woolen cap, warm woolen cap. Warm, it goes up the neck and around, and you only really see people's eyes. This comes from the town of Balaclava in the Crimean, during the Crimean War, where the British were sent to fight. And whilst Britain isn't known for its extremely hot climate, it had no idea what it was getting itself into when it arrived in the Crimea. It was freezing. And they noticed that the people in the area, the people they were fighting against, that they managed to protect themselves from the cold using this kind of woolen cloth thing. So they got the women back home to knit them the same things. And they said, well, what are we knitting? You don't want to say I'm knitting a cap with a hole in the front. So they said, we'll call it a balaclava, because that's where it came from.